proper critical mass moment, there's nothing that Hydra have to deal with him. So Munkushi, game's on you, buddy. Let's see what you got as we get into our second semi-final in the upper bracket. One move versus Hydra. How many minutes do you think this game is going to be, actually? Let's make this an interesting guess.
Like 40-ish. Something like that. I feel like Radiant can take this around 40. At the same time, if Hydra has a Tundra style of a lineup, right? Like you have these illusions, you have the beasts running at you from Lycan. It's not going to be easy to play against. So one move, they have to be on point, but they have a lot of catch, so you can actually find these heroes. You can eliminate them.
I'm also really looking forward to seeing what Aincrad does through the mid lane on this Earth Spirit. Don't get to see this hero all that much, especially not deployed as a core. Build-up wise, what do you think? Double Bracer into Spirit Vessel?
Something like that, probably. What's the Aincrad, by the way? That sounds like his nickname is upside down, and it's like Dark Nia or something.
Dark Nia. All right, we should try to remember Dark Nia. See if we can call him that in this game. As we had our first little fight going, the coconut did bounce out, but fortunately for Hydra and them, or at least one of the bouncers went towards a wolf rather than a hero, so Cloud gets to escape.
Yeah, they threw the blood grenade as well a bit too late. But it is what it is. They did manage to get some of the region out from Lycan. It's a nice advantage for Troll. This lane, I believe, should be Trolls on bot. Mid lane, I think Earth Spirit should have a little bit of a better time than Ember Spirit. But it is skill-based as well.
Pre-level 6, I'm just looking forward to seeing Aincrad roll into Warwick and try to kick him into the Tier 1 tower. That'll be fun to witness.
He already did it, actually. Like level 1, he did it. Already Ember, as you can see, the HP on Ember is 50%. So, getting bullied by his Earth bro.
What do we make of this top lane, though? Naga, Vengeful Spirit versus the LC Skywrath.
You know, like, Venge, I've talked about her, that she's really strong right now. At the same time, I don't want to play into Legion and Sky as this lane. Like, your illusions will just instantly pop to overwhelming gods and concussive shots, so I don't think it's going to be that easy for Naga and Venge. If you overcommit, obviously you can die on Radiant too, but... Hakoda
ran a bit too far forward to harass Lil, but Cloud realizes he actually can't kill him by himself. Lil's being zoned away by the creep wave.
Yeah, he's zoning both of them. This man is a boss. Like, he's like, I'm one, but the two of you are actually alone.
What a player. Making perfect space for Munkushi in the lane, so he can farm away on that troll. And also him finding that courier kill means that one move have found 2 couriers in the space of 2 minutes. All across the map. Feels good.
2 couriers, 2 minutes, 1 courier per minute. Keep it up.
This game does feel like it's gonna be action on these side lanes, but I really am looking forward to seeing where Aincrad goes. The point you mentioned about him not being able to fail his rotations does mean that he has a bit more impetus to really dominate this mid lane. So in the event a rotation goes south, it doesn't mean he's set back massively in the game itself.
And so far he's done exactly that. He's dominated top lane as well. They're kind of winning. Like, if you look at the region, Radiant is definitely having the upper hand. Mid lane, Aincrad, he's also winning the CS battle. Like, he has a full wave under the tower. Like, he's not owning, but he's winning. Bot lane might be the most interesting. I feel like we'll see a kill on the side lane, top or bot.
Hakoda had already used Paralyzing Cask, otherwise he was about to throw the coconut onto Cloud. Munkushi is also going to have a very free time as this Troll Warlord. Like, we spoke about it a little bit in the draft, that Lycan doesn't really do anything to you in the lane.
By the way, like, before Bali Major, right, I never understood, like, coconut. He throws a coconut, it's not gonna hurt you, it's small, because in Bosnia the only coconuts I saw were those like brown hairy ones, you know, like they're not really that big, they fit in your hand. And then I went to Bali, those things are huge, man. Huge. Like, if that falls on your head, like, I've seen videos of it falling on people's head while they're driving scooters and just like, yeah, knocking them out.
You know, it's funny you mentioned those coconuts because the segment that I was doing every day there, that like in a nutshell, I had to carry a coconut every single time.
It's heavy, right?
After the third day, I was like, guys, can we not make another plan? this is difficult to do. It's so heavy. Bottom, Lil, okay, he's not gonna die. No coconuts thrown at him. They know he has Shadow Realm, so there's no point.
He's fine. They're messing with LC on top a bit, but she might turn on Happy Durara.
They're thinking about actually going on to Afterlife. Kami looking for the kill here. Afterlife already popped the magic wand. Blood Grenade doesn't land onto the LC. There's just a few units behind her. So there's no slowdown for the Naga to kill her off.
Wait, was that? Oh, okay. It was Dire Blood Grenade, right? Like, I thought it was Radiant throwing it, and that's why it didn't look like it hit. But okay, yeah. Yeah, I feel like on top Afterlife only dies if he overcommits, and he did overcommit there. He was really deep. Sky wasn't even close. Naga is really not having fun on top lane. 12 CS.
Nope. Not getting what she wants out of this game. Kami gonna get moved into right now. They know that Durara is busy pulling back the creep wave, so Naga, just stay back. Afterlife, though, is really enjoying life. You know, you always feel good as LC when you can constantly trade like this, because you know that even without regen, you're going to win the war of attrition overall relative to your opponent.
Yeah, it's also, by the way, it's Afterlife. If you watch this guy, like, he's always been an LC spammer, and he really enjoys the hero, and now the hero is in the meta, so you can expect him to be spamming it quite a lot. I'm surprised, by the way, that he never reached any big heights in his Dota career, so far at least, you know, like, I always thought that he's a very talented player.
I agree. You know, whenever I see him play Darkseer especially, I'm just like, man, this guy is so good. Like, what's going on here?
Oh, look at this creep wave under the tower. This is a wet dream of every offlaner.
This is the kind of things he's gonna download the replay to. Just watch the single moment over and over again.
Just watch it. You know, I remember playing competitively and watching replays. It was always nicer to watch those. Venge might fall here. Let's see.
Definitely did.
Yeah.
Aincrad should be able to pick up the first blood here with that boulder smash. Very nicely done.
Yeah. It was always more fun watching the replays where you were winning, you know. Just feels good. Watching those where you lost, I don't want to see this again.
It's like, what went wrong? I don't care what went wrong. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I know what went. I know what went wrong. Don't show me again. I just played badly. You know, that's it. Venge.
Aincrad played very well there. His first blood. He's actually going to be going into a blade mail build-up for this game on his Earth Spirit. Is that going to be double blade mail for him and LC later on?
It seems like. I'm surprised no one is buying a vessel. Like, it's not an amazing vessel game, but any game is alright vessel game, I guess. But okay, with blade mail, it might allow him to farm easier. So maybe that's the case. Like, you can actually get some creeps under your side as well, and you can rotate it. Like a tanky boy such as Earth Spirit with blade mail, I think that's a pretty decent item build.
Hasn't decided to make any big moves just yet, but he's going straight for the blade mail, not even stopping off for boots. So Aincrad definitely giving us a preview of how aggressive he plans to play the map.
Is he gonna play the map without boots, or is he just gonna play mid? Stay here with the blade mill.
Whole map, bro. No boots.
Warwick actually went ham a bit there, but only because he has Arcane Rune, so he could pressure the Earth Spirit a bit.
They're gonna come try and secure this rune for Aincrad. Definitely hoping it spawns bottom. Let's see what happens. Multiple heroes here, and in fact, they go on to Lil.
He's dead.
A Maledict and a Coconut. He is dead for sure, but the neutral creep gets the kill. They will not find the gold objective onto the Dark Willow. Gaben himself says, nope, sorry. One move, you're gonna have to play this game a bit more honestly.
That's really sad. Like, you rotate in, you use all your resources, and then you don't get the kill. Meanwhile, Venge is rotating mid, and they have Illusion Rune here.
Not an easy kill to get though. Aincrad is still really, really tanky.
He kicked him.
1200 HP, has 12 magic one charges, just pops them straight up.
Yeah, he kicked him as the chains were going out. Like Warwick uses the chains after being kicked.
Well, you can still cast steering chains while being movement manipulated for some reason, so it all checks out somehow.
Radiant are scared.
Down bottom, they brought both supports. Hakoda and Pantomime was situated to potentially kill Cloud, but he played too carefully, so now they're going to try and rotate back towards the mid lane. Aincrad does not have a point into the Geo Grip, so they only have one silence to try and make this happen. They get the silence out with the Maledict. They miss the rolling boulder, but the boulder smash does connect. Do they have this damage? Warwick is trying to get away. Aincrad cannot chase. He's too low on the HP, and Warwick decides to TP out to safety.
He's dead.
He will still die though. Maledict doing a bit too much. Sure, they end up losing this young Skywrath mage, but who the hell cares? And they might even kill Happy Diora here with the Magnetize. They won't manage to do it, but while that's happening, we do see them rotate to kill off Lil Hakoda, using the first Death Ward of the game, guaranteeing his team 2 kills across 2 separate parts of the map.
Really, really nicely done by them. The rotations on mid lane, just focusing the Ember down. He also uses a TP, but at least he had the Remnant mid anyways. So because of that, it's not the end of the world. And he has a ton of stacks to go through. So, you know, now a double damage. Be careful, Skywrath. Like, this man with Turbo Corrosion and DD, he's probably just gonna go and farm, right? Yeah.
He only has 1 point slide of fist, so doesn't actually have that much right-click damage to throw in with the DD. They might actually come for him. They're smoked up. Aincrad and Hakoda have a very good idea of where he's at right now.
I think they don't.
They can catch him. Do they not? Okay.
It seems like they don't have it. Yeah, they might move from the right side. Let's see. They might go on Cloud instead.
They're pinging it out. Aincrad wants to go up the hill. Rolling boulder will connect, but it comes after the shapeshift. So Cloud has more than enough movement to run away. And Hakoda gets caught with the searing chains. And now look at this.
Oh, the swap.
Aincrad stuck in the river. They even swap him back for good measure to prevent the roll away. He does have rolling boulder. They're getting in front of all the angles, but he manages to get out nonetheless. Aincrad, what a god. He finds literally the only angle of escape, and it gets him to safety on the high ground.
Yeah, I don't have boots. I don't care. That's how he's playing. Like, what the hell? He escapes them without any boots. Like, they still weren't able to block his movement. Very nicely done by him. I expected him to die.
Top tower is under attack.
What a god Aincrad is. While he's gone from the lane, Pantomime is going to occupy space in this mid lane. Him and Lil desperately looking for their level 6s. But for Pantomime, it makes a much bigger difference, right? Once you grab 6 on this Skywrath mage, you can go link with the LC and try and find your first dual kill of the game.
Yeah, bot lane, Cloud.
Is he dead? He doesn't have shapeshift. He used it in the earlier fight. Aincrad is like, now what, buddy? They should be able to kill him off. They give Munkushi the kill, which is probably best case scenario. Get the troll closer towards Battle Fury.
And he got the summoned creep, the dominated creep that is, so another 100. Aincrad.
Look at middle, Aincrad. He's gonna get terrorized right now. He's underneath the Flame Guard, level 4 Flame Guard at that. So there's more than enough burn from Warwick to kill him off. And Warwick wants to keep the chase going. Looking for Pantomime. We'll have Steering Chains back online in 2 seconds. Can he find the grab onto the Skywrath Mage? Yes, he can. They're looking for this kill and they will find it. Hakoda, though, coming in for some revenge plays. Should be able to kill Happy with the Maledict proccing off the Death Ward. Sadly, Lil did not get caught, otherwise he'd be dead as well.
Yeah, the Maledict, yeah, he didn't clip him, sadly, but yeah, still a nice little counterplay by the Witch Doctor. By the way, the Blade Mail on Earth Spirit makes all the sense when you also think about the Dark Willow. Like Bedlam, she literally just kills herself every time she goes on a tanky hero like Earth Spirit. It's like Blade Mail, I love playing these tanky boys into her, like Pudge and Earth Spirit with Blade Mail. If she can't run away, she just dies.
That is a very good point.
Yeah, so they're gonna have a Blade Mail on Legion, also on Earth Spirit. It's gonna be hard for her to actually utilize her skill set properly. They might smoke,
When
though.
was the last time you saw double Blade Mail in a game?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm not sure. Like, usually I see one, right, on the offlane. It's very rare that you see it on mid, so... It's usually only the offlaners that are buying Blade Mail, that's my point. Bot lane,
Oh,
Dire's
Munkushi
tower is under attack.
might end up dead here, but
he needs to use
not
this.
able to get in position just yet. They don't actually bring him out of the twin gate. They bring reinforcements towards him. Warwick is on the high ground, dodges the Maledict. Not gonna get caught out by this, but Ironclad still rolling into the fight, activates the Magnetize, but realizes that his team has already left. Even with the Blade Mail, he's not gonna survive this. He falls very low and eventually ends up dead. The first duel of the game, though, comes in onto the Cloud Lycan. They're gonna be able to save him from the duel, but it does cost the life of this Vengeful Spirit, and he dies towards the Maledict anyway. Look at this first hit route from Munkushi onto Warwick, but they don't have the necessary follow-up. So despite them ganking the Troll Warlord, it turns into a 3-for-2 engagement, which one move end up winning.
What's actually insane is the way this fight went. It couldn't have started better, I feel like, for Hydra, because they caught the Witch Doctor and the Skyrat, the two squishiest ones, right? Like, they caught them on low ground, they had all the info to engage on them properly, but they kind of messed it up. They just went too far for the Troll, for the Earth Spirit. And then Witch Doctor is able to dish out a full death ward afterwards.
Is under attack.
Yeah.
I guess on the bright side, though, for Hydra is that they didn't have to bring Kami over. He was still chilling and farming on the north part of the map. This Naga continues to get larger and larger. She sort of recovered from her very difficult start in the laning phase.
Of a generation.
Yeah, he's just completely free farming.
Radiant's bottom
Keeping
tower
up
is under attack.
with the Troll, more or less, 1k behind. She's gonna have that Manta afterwards. She's already, I believe the current state of the game, Manta and with the Naga, you can already join some fights if needed. You don't want to, you still want to continue farming, but the Manta is enough.
We might have to start paying attention to the Legion Commander because she just picked up her Blink Dagger. So with Pantomime right behind her, this is a prime time to go look for some kills. They don't have a smoke to their name though, so they can't do this easily. They'll be forced to just TP middle, hoping to maybe catch Warwick off here.
It's a cool TP, but he has a ward. Like, the idea was nice because of the rune spawning. However, yeah, I don't think he goes there.
They realize now that he must have some vision. They will get rid of it.
Dire's bottom
And they don't have a smoke still with these three heroes, so Afterlife gonna be forced to make the long rotation, just run bottom and hope for the best.
Yeah, this Lycan seems to have a death wish. They might dive him.
Oh, they actually get an even better grab. Warwick, he just showed up bottom to try and assist with something, but all he assists with is giving away gold towards one move. They do manage to bring down the Skyrath Mage, but with the Death Ward being thrown out, they have to run away with Cloud. Nice little kickback from Ironclad. He's chasing down this wolf, and the Maledict will come out from her coda, and that guarantees the kill onto Cloud. Not only that, Liz, they get the tier 1 tower. It could not have gone more perfect for one move.
Yeah, they lost the Sky, I guess, to the Beasts, but besides that, one move are extremely happy with this. It's so hard for Lycan to play into DLC, into the Troll, into the Earth Spirits. These heroes are, at the moment, just way too tanky, and they just don't care about your minions. They have the armor, they have the HP, they have the mischance. Whoever you approach, like, the only heroes you can go on realistically are Skyrat and Witch Doctor, and even Witch Doctor has a cask, so yeah, not easy for them. Very nicely noticed, by the way, that they go on Ember. If you kill him, the fights are just way too easy.
Yep. It's a 5k gold lead right now for one move. The Troll is crazy farmed.
Yeah.
It's only really the Naga Scion that's doing decently, but everyone else is doing much better for one move. And speaking of the Naga, they find her in the jungle. They will be able to maybe kill her off before she can song, and that is indeed the case. The silencers between Ancient Seal and Geogrip, more than enough in duration, and now they're looking for a duel. They blink forward, they find Warwick. Do they have the burst damage? They swap him back to protect him, and that might keep him alive. There's another Ancient Seal silence though. Too much duration on the disables. They find a kill onto Warwick, and they're not done just yet. They want Happy. He has a magic missile to try and slow things down, but it's immediately purged off by the Presti attack. Munkushi running down the Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah, this is just a bloodbath. They're perfectly utilizing their power spikes. They know that this Lycan is in no shape or form to fight. Like, he needs his Helm of Overlord, so they're utilizing that time while he's AFKing, while Naga is AFKing to just crush the map. And look at the Ember. Remember we were talking when we saw Earth Spirit and Sky, we were talking the BKBs are needed. Like his first item is going to be the BKB, but it's like even when you get the BKB you're not safe, you're playing into Legion, the duel is gonna happen. It's a really rough game to play from this point onwards. 8k behind, 18 minutes in. Yep.
I think there's a reason why Warwick is queuing up both BKB and Lincolns. Realizes that he's going to need both to have any shots of winning out this game. But like you mentioned, even once you have both, there's still tools to be able to kill you. And also, you're going to lack so much damage. Like, where's the damage going to come from right now for Hydra? They have to rely pretty much on the Naga Siren, but she's not in fighting shape just yet.
Yeah, later on, they need to rely on her. Right now, they should rely on the Lycan, but he's just not there yet. The Overlord is flying over to him. It's kind of late, 19 minutes in. It's not the fastest one ever seen. But from this point on, at least, if he gets a nice Ancient, like a Thunderhide or a Golem, perhaps they can take a fight. The only question is, how do you kill the troll? Snare? How do you get this Munkushi guy?
You send him an email telling him that he's just won some prize, but he can only get the prize if he leaves his computer right now.
Yeah, it might work. Honestly, I've seen it could work. Just do that.
Well, they're gonna try something right now from Hydra as they smoke up with 3. Warwick is right ahead of them, but there's no enemy heroes nearby this area. Unless they're gonna try sneak a Roshan, Liz. They have quite a long time to do it.
Yeah, they have the crest. They have the crest. Yeah.
Wave of Terror. They've got the Naga here. Yeah, they're gonna go for it.
And Lycan, like they're actually gonna kill this Roshan very fast.
Alrighty. Roshan getting taken. Looks like one move won't be able to stop this. I have a very nice observer ward in the lane. Shouted out the Earth Spirit.
This Earth Spirit is just gonna roll in. He's got a heart. He doesn't give a shit. Look at this.
Yeah.
He's just going in.
Heart of Terras. Reinkrad rolls in, throws on the Magnetize. They do manage to get the Aegis, but the question is, do they get out? Mass TPs will come in, and somehow, some way, all of them escape. Warwick is the only one left behind. He does have remnants to leave with.
He didn't have mana to silence anything after rolling in, but I loved, like, I saw him running and I'm like, okay, he might be too late, and then I saw that he has heart. Like, this man is he's just gonna roll in. They can't kill him. You know what, like, Earth Spirit can be one of those heroes that deals with the illusions very well too. Like, you have a lot of AoE spells. You can build into something like a Shiva's too. The Radiance, the Earth Spirit. Back in the day, I remember seeing that as well. Probably not, definitely not gonna happen, but...
That would be the sickest thing ever. Radiance ES, that would be Pog.
So unnecessary though. It's... you know, like, I'm talking about itemization for the Naga. It's not even about the items. They have heroes that can deal with the illusions. Let's see. By the way, okay, Naga has the Aegis. Let's see if they can take a fight.
Warwick is the one going forward, does have the BKB ready, and they find Hakoda. I think they'll be happy to let Hakoda go if it means they can all escape, but they haven't all run away just yet. Pantomime also gets caught out by Warwick, and they should be able to bring down this Ember Spirit. Oh, this Scarlet Mage rather, with the Ember Spirit.
Maybe more?
Kushi, he's right in front of the Naga side, and Einkrad cannot roll away because he's being blocked off by the Kami Naga.
He has no TP on troll.
Heroes are not easy to kill. Munkushi doesn't have a TP, but he might have a BKB arriving shortly. It's very close to being purchased up, Liz. He can't afford to die just yet. He pops off the Battle Trance. Einkrad rolls into the far edge of the fight, but they manage to isolate these core heroes. They're keeping Afterlife away from the main engagement, and yes, they lose Warwick, but it will grant them the kill on the Troll Warlord. Einkrad trying his best to roll out of the map, but the map says, come back, my friend. He is definitely going to end up in an awkward position. Still rolls away, though. Who is this guy? Please, somebody catch him. Einkrad is just gone, but they have already lost 2 of their cores, so it's still a win for Hydra.
Yeah, you're not catching him, but you caught everyone else. And it was one of those save your buddy syndromes, I guess, because They could have just abandoned that place. They could have just went away, but they all stood around while Witch Doctor was dying, and then they slowly started rotating. These heroes will chase you and will catch you. They have a lot of mobility. They have the swap. They have Ember chasing you. The sleep as well can be utilized. So, really nicely done by Hydra. Actually, this whole game looked like it was falling apart for them. It looks a bit better now.
Yep. Quite a lot better. They maintain control of the Sages. They're keeping their map more or less intact. Naga Siren is starting to get really problematically large. So you feel good on the side of Hydra at the moment. And this Ember Spirit, yeah, sure, he died in the last fight, but I guess if someone has to die, you know, rather have it be a hero that can still be effective if he's not getting net worth.
Yeah, I feel like that's the coolest thing about Ember. Even if you don't have a lot, if you just have a BKB and Orb of Corrosion, you can still contribute in fights, either by going in first or catching a target or breaking some smokes.
The next fight won't be so easy though, because now Afterlife has a BKB for the Legion Commander. So have some magic immunity for him. Only thing he's concerned about anymore is gonna be the Vengeful Spirit with the swap back, but otherwise feel a lot more safe as Afterlife just having this debuff immunity, you know, not magic immunity anymore, sadly.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And they're still in control of the map. Still a 5k gold lead for the side of One Move. The Aegis about to expire in about 50 seconds to a minute, like just under a minute. So if I'm on One Move, don't you just play confidently and try force the tier 2 bottom?
I think you can force a fight or the tier 2 easily. Like the problem they had in that last fight was the fact that they got initiated on. They couldn't really set up the fight properly. If the fight is played on their terms, they should still, in my opinion, be quite strong. Are there any big ass items coming out? Like there's a AC coming from Lycan perhaps, Aghanims from Witch Doctor soon. Besides that...
Wait, what? Is he going straight Ags?
He's going straight Ags, yeah. He has Glimmer, so Glimmer into Ags.
What a baller. What a G, honestly. Aghanim Scepter, baby. So, if I'm on the side of Hydra, now that I don't have an Aegis to play with anymore, you mentioned that this AC is about to be finished. Is there any move that we can make on Hydra that look good for us without playing on the back foot? Like, can we smoke somewhere and try force a fight?
I really think that it's still up to the initiation. Like, if you have better vision, you should definitely be searching for a fight. Your AC is 500 gold away, so realistically you can wait it out, but you're in no way weak. If you find these supports first, if you silence the Legion, if you manage to kill her off before the BKB, somehow it could be huge, but it's much harder now because of the BKB.
It's also harder now that they're losing a bit of map control. Tier 3 tower was taken for a relatively low contest. You trade a tier 3 top for a tier 2 bottom. If I'm Radiant side, I take that trade every day of the week. Now you all have to back up and be clumped together, so there's more space for One Move to slowly start choking you out yet again with.
It's mine.
I still can't believe Einkrad went second item hot, bro. Like, the Lotus makes sense to me, but if you'd asked me to predict the order of these items, there's no way I say hot came second.
Yeah, it's not the most common item on the mid lane, but I have seen it maybe picked up a couple of times, like some Heart, some Kaya and Sanj. It has been purchased before if you go and look it up, but yeah, it looks just funny.
We saw it the other day together, but it was on Primal Beast, if I remember correctly, where he rushed the hard item from the mid lane. Hydra from the mid lane, trying to start a fight here. They're gonna start it on the back end as this Ember Spirit dives onto the two supports, terrorize onto both of them. They at least want the Scarlet Mage and they will find him. Very easy kill there. They bring down Hakoda as well. In the meantime though, there was a duel on the back lines with the BKB active, but Kami will delay that kill happening by using the Song of the Siren. They still really want to take this fight though. Afterlife, he's losing HP. Cloud is going to chase him down with the help of Warwick. They kill off the Legion Commander. At the same time, Munkushi is able to take down the Dark Willow with Ironclad next to him. But now they can decide on Hydra. Do we want to pursue one of these two cores, or do we cut our losses and be satisfied with our fight? It seems it's going to be the latter option.
I think you're
back into the base, happy to at least have gotten a few kills.
Oh, you're super happy with this. You kill both supports, the LC, the buyback on Skyrat was forced. Like, if you're dire, this is another one of these fights and you're in the lead, you're completely back. I love the way they started and finished the fight, by the way. The BKB popped on Ember, he just straight up goes in, chases down both the supports, and that's the power of Ember Spirit, right? Like, we talked about this literally a minute ago. No matter what happens, he just needs this one BKB and he can still be so impactful in fights.
We saw this yesterday, I believe, where the team that had the Skyrath Mage, every time he's allowed to survive the initial jump, they win the fight. Every time he doesn't, they lose reliably. And I think this game might follow a similar trajectory. Warwick definitely doing the right thing by diving on the Sky.
Yeah, and they're building some big items that there are no answers to, like the Butterfly now, Naga will be completed in a second or two, and like no MKBs, not a lot of True Sight, True Strike or Radiant.
Can Earth Spirit
Radiant structures are fortified.
build a Revenant's Brooch for this game? Does that make any sense? Feel like it doesn't, right?
Yeah,
Probably not.
Feels kind of weird, man. I don't know.
Alright, Munkushi, it's all on you then, my friend. Does have a butterfly of his own on the Troll Warlord to help out with his own evasion. And it doesn't seem like Hydra have an MKB either, so both safe laners gonna be very difficult to kill off in these engagements.
They just have to be a little less greedy with the BKBs on Radiant side because of the sleep. Like, if you duel the Naga, you probably have to pop the BKBs and just blow her up in that.
Both sides now gathering around this Radiant Roshan pit. Big Man is gonna be standing by for another 4 minutes. I mean, one move, they don't necessarily have as much minus armor, but you do have Troll Warlord, one of the best Roshan hitters in the game. And they're gonna send him in. It's now all on Hydra, whether or not they want to try and come and contest this. It's a very dangerous moment. They're coming in with the Shadow Realm, Ironclad.
Any song?
Making sure that they disable, or dissuade rather, this Dark Willow from going in. Kami does have song, but
They jumped on her.
they've actually caught on this Naga Siren. The song will eventually come out, but there is a BKB on Afterlife. Can't find the duel, however, even with this Blade Mail active, so we'll have to retreat from this area. The roll from Ironclad misses absolutely everybody on the second go, and they really want Warwick. They find him with the first hit bash. Ember Spirit has Maledict on top of him, so might still end up dead. Happy will definitely be the one that gets brought down. Cloud should follow him into the grave. Couple more right clicks necessary, but they don't find them. The Ember Spirit jump back into the fight, and that'll help him get bursted down by Munkushi. It is a 2-for-1 engagement. Ironclad now finds the roll onto Kami. There's no more song available. This Naga Siren has Maledict on top of her. There's absolutely no way she escapes this. They slow her down with the coconut, roll into her, and with the follow-up right clicks, they have more than enough damage to kill her.
And what the net?
3-for-1 and a Roshan available.
4. Like, there was a buyback on Venge as well. Like what an absolute mess of a fight that just occurred. Like, it looked just so messy, and no one knew what the hell they were doing. Like, this Naga is forced to use the song while the BKB is up on LC to kind of get away and make sure she doesn't get instantly dueled, because Earth Spirit already got her, like he already found her out. But because of that song, like Lycan, he used his form, but he's just kind of running around doing nothing. His form is slowly just going away. And the supports on the side of Radiant, it's kind of easier for them to set up the remainder of the fight, because they're asleep, they're invulnerable, and then they just move in the right position and use their spells. Like, this Witch Doctor didn't die even, and he didn't have Aghanims, he still did a ton of damage. Now he has it. Now there's an Aghs on Witch Doctor. And a Shard. Like, Aghanims Shard. Like, expect these next fights to be way harder for Hydra, because they just won't have easy ways of killing Sky or Witch Doctor.
Unfortunately, the BKB from Warwick wasn't able to be as impactful as in the prior fight. And they lose out quite big. An Aegis, a Cheese, lots of map control. Also, another death on the Nagasar in this game. Feels quite tough, feels very difficult.
Yeah, and it actually felt like one of the fights that should be like easy, or not, let's not say easy, that it should be easier for Hydra. Just, yeah, they didn't manage to combine everything properly. One nice thing that Lycan has purchased, he hasn't been dying in the last couple of fights, so he actually completed a nullifier. With that nullifier, perhaps it will be a little bit easier to kill the Witch Doctor through the Ghost Scepter.
Great against the Ghost Scepter, can maybe help you deal with press the attack. Definitely a phenomenal item, but unfortunately for him, one move are feeling very, very strong right now. They have lots of great items of their own. Swift Blink is about to arrive from Munkushi. They're taking away your Tormentor. And Ainkra just rolled onto the high ground like a madman. He's solo hitting the tier 3 tower while his team takes out the Tormentor. Everyone's like, bro, come on, common objective, let's do it.
Yeah, the sad part about taking the Tormentor when you have a Sky in your team is that he can get that. He can get the shard.
Shield of the Scion. Best shot in the game.
I've seen a lot of these kind of smokes recently. Like at the beginning of the new patch and the new map, not the latest patch, but the patch that changed the map. Teams were so reluctant to move across the map with the smoke. It would always be some twin gates move. Like, the map felt way too big. But right now I see teams just even smoking from one rush pit to the other, just moving a bit faster. It's like, you know, when you're in a new city that you haven't been in before? Like even if it's small, the city is just so big, feels so big because it's unexplored. I feel the same about this new map. The more we play it, the smaller it will seem.
Okay, and then the more people will find like, oh, there's a little cafe behind that tree in the jungle. Go hang out there, bro. It's a good place to be.
Yeah, it's called the Juke spot.
Juke's my favorite bar. Actually, Juke's esports bar here in South Africa is where I first started casting anything. Esports career started.
Wait. Are you serious?
I'm not even joking. Like, I'll tell you the story. So I'll tell you after this next fight, because I think they have to try and do something to defend here. Otherwise, they're just losing a free lane of racks. But Ember and Naga are still on the other side of the map. So looks like this lane of racks is going to fall for nothing.
This is 4v5 though.
This is the fight though. Your Scepter comes in. Ainkra is indeed not here. Doesn't have bots either. But he does TP into the outpost. He's coming for the fight. There's going to be a duel. Woo! There used to be a Venge there, but she's dead. No Ags and no buyback means it's 4v5 right now. Ainkra rolling in. Doesn't find anybody with the boulder. But he doesn't have to. Created enough space for his team to take the lane of racks. And they're going to back out like nothing happened.
How do you feel about the outpost being even closer to the high ground, by the way? It's much easier for you to even buy back and continue pushing.
I am very happy for this change because it means that games can reasonably end. You can't just like, all right, we're split pushing, one of their members got forced back, therefore the push is 100% over. Like moves what Ainkra just did can actually happen and you can keep the pressure up when you're ahead. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I completely agree. Oh, bot lane. He attempted something, but he didn't hit any of the spells, unfortunately.
He did not. Mid lane. It's gonna get pushed in right now. Cloud isn't here. Warwick isn't here. And because of that, the lane of Barracks isn't here either.
Yeah.
2 lanes for nothing.
They don't have a set of creeps. Like top lane is pushing in, bot lane is pushing in, mid lane as well, so... I honestly think they could even go through backdoor protection with these heroes right now, but... Probably better to chill a bit, farm up, outpush the lanes, and slowly, but in a disciplined way, end the game.
Yep. I fully agree. No need to rush things when you're in such a dominant position. can just wait for the next Roche. They also have vision right now, though. In the jungle, they see the Ember Spirit and they see the Naga at the moment, so they can go for very good jumps. They're gonna jump Cloud, who's gonna get swapped to safety, but that might not save his life. Mystic Flare will be there, and they come with the BKB on Munkushi. The roots are down onto this wolf. He's gonna die. The song won't bail him out either.
And now
Rolling forward, looking for a further fight. He does have Rolling Boulder, does get dodged by Warwick very well, which sets up a buyback for the Cloud Lycan, but still the team fight is being lost as Munkushi is able to eliminate the Vengeful Spirit. Nice little terrorize, cancels out the Death Ward and kills off Akoda, but they need to get back and save Warwick. His BKB bails him out of trouble. He goes to the low ground. The same might not be true for Lil as he got rolled into by Ironclad, forced to use the Yule Scepter just to survive this fight. And Kami now, he's all alone. He doesn't have Song, he doesn't have a BKB, he doesn't have any allies to help him, and now he has no life. Killed off by the Troll Warlord, who gets another double kill in this game. There's no buyback on the Naga, so I think this game might just be over. And Hydra agree. GG, well played is called. And game one goes the way of one move in our upper bracket semifinal.
Yeah, they call it. Nothing left to do here, really. They lost all the sides. They tried to outpush a little.